What's up, guys? Welcome back to another market analysis. We're going to be covering from the 11th to the end of the week. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my market analysis for the rest of the week and what pairs I'll be looking at for the rest of the week, what I'm going to be looking at as of right now, and how we're going to play these markets for the rest of the week. Right, markets have been very interesting for the past couple of weeks. I'd say past month, honestly, but we learn to adapt and we learn to work with what the market is showing us. As you guys know, we trade what we see, not what we think. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into it as we always do, get this up and going, right? So let's go to DXY, and I want to talk about DXY because DXY is an important place right now. As we can see right now, we have bullish order flow on DXY. So we have from this low to this high, which is showing us our bullish order flow, correct? So higher time frame, if I go to a super higher time frame like on the weekly, we know that DXY is bearish. Okay, so from this high here to this low, we have that bearishness going on a higher time frame. But we go to our intraday time frame, as you can see, we have some bullish intraday from these lows going up higher. Okay, so we know we tapped into a higher area, okay, but we haven't switched intraday yet. So until we break these lows, I'm still going to be playing this bullish price action, right? Especially, you know, on the weekly time frame, that's such a huge time frame to play. So we're going to stick to these intraday and lower time frame entries and try to play as the market is showing us. If we end up going lower, we're just going to play the market going lower. But as of right now, intraday is bullish, order flow right now is bullish. We have a clean accumulation, reaccumulation. Now, what we are seeing is we had this distro form, but we did break this high, which means order flow is bullish. Okay, so now we are within a point of interest right here. I didn't actually mark it out, but this is a point of interest from this 50% down here to the bottom. You can see that we actually traded into it, and we're kind of trying to form an accumulation. This would be the perfect setup that I would see here, that I would love from DXY, is this accumulation to form out. If we see that, then we can see more bullish price action towards the upside, taking out this high, reaccumulating, going higher, right? Until at least we get back into these higher areas of supply, which would be sitting up here. Okay, so if we want the bullish order flow to continue, that would be the best play to do here on DXY. I'm not going to expect anything else. If we do break this low, let's say we do break these areas, the market goes lower and we break these areas here like that, we break this low, then we'll just have bearish order flow that we can just continue playing towards the downside until we get into that intraday structure points. Okay, pretty much it on DXY, right? We're just going to be sitting and watching to see how we're going to react off this area, and if we're actually going to get this accumulation that would potentially give us higher prices. Okay, so moving on to EU. All right, I want to talk about EU for a little bit, and I want to go on higher time frame. EU on higher time frame is bearish, right? We know intraday we got bearish. Okay, so higher time frame we are bearish. As to why, this is my point of interest that I was looking at. All right, that is still the point of interest for me, and I believe we could still potentially go up there. Okay, because I mean, the market has not shown me any validation that it wants to short off right now, and I want to say that because what do we have? We have bullish order flow coming into this point of interest. Well, bullish order flow that is attacking this point of interest. As you can see, we have from this low to this high that is holding our bullish order flow. The market comes down, right? We have a clean distro, but this distro did not do anything for us just yet. We did not break this low, so we weren't able to take out this low. So this distro isn't 100% like a confirmed place that I can say that sellers are very strong at, because we weren't able to take out that low. Unfortunately, we weren't. And look what we did. We created an accumulation here, and the market has just been going higher ever since. Now, what I am seeing, I would say that we're potentially slowing down. All right, we are potentially slowing down here. You can see that we're potentially, quote unquote, creating a distro, right? Which, I mean, I don't like the fact that we are maintaining these lows. right? This looks like it could just be a manipulation that would turn into a reaccumulation, honestly. But if this market begins to range out some more, I would love to see it range out some more. Maybe something like this, we start getting some more rangy, then okay, we could potentially see a valid distribution form. Okay, something like that. We have to range out some more, consolidate some more, and see these orders being filled. All right, that's pretty much it on Euro USD. Really, the only play that I kind of have here is to continue with the upside, because I mean, if order flow is still bullish, we could still potentially get us into this point of interest that's sitting here, because we haven't tapped into it yet, and we could possibly go a little bit higher before we get that big short on Euro USD. All right. Now on GU higher time frame is bearish as well. Okay, as we can see, higher time frame we are bearish. So let's go ahead and see what order flow is giving us right now. That's really all we have to work with. We know there was some structure broken right here, and since then we've been seeing just bullish order flow, right? Just bullish order flow. Now we did attack the order flow here, where we did break it here. So because we did that, that is giving me inclination that we could potentially be building a higher schematic. Okay, we could be potentially building a higher schematic, and that would be a beautiful thing if we do something like that. That would be a great potential opportunity to get in some good shorts. All right, so watch out for that potential higher time frame schematic. But on lower time frame plays right now, what we would playing, what do we see? We have accumulation sitting down here, have an accumulation that invalidated a distro, so we are back to bullish order flow. Okay, back to bullish order flow. What is our lowest point right now? What is our lowest area of, I'd say, demand? This would be it. This is the last reaccumulation that took out that high. And how would we play that? I mean, you can see the market has already traded into the 50% of that, and we have broken this high. So potentially I'm just looking for more price action that would give me inclination that this wants to go higher, because honestly this is looking like a reaccumulation. I do believe that 100% we're gonna take out that high at least. Okay, all right, so moving on to AUD USD. What can we see on AUD? We can see we have a distro forming, right? Go ahead and go to a little bit higher. All right, so order flow. I'm going to talk about order flow on AUD. Order flow is bearish. Okay, we've had this high to this low. Order flow is bearish. And what I'm going to be playing on AUD, really showing you guys right now, is I'm going to be playing this. I'm going to be playing this area here on AUD USD. Okay. And going on a little bit lower time frame, you can see we created a change of character here. And since this was the latest area that created that change of character, it was a potential small area of supply that you could possibly look for something for. And today, this morning, we had some clean price action on it. Honestly, we had overall distro, and well, we got a redistribution. We have an accumulation here that got us back into the redistro, trade into the 50% of that. We went lower, right? That was the play of the day on AUD, was going to be this. Anything inside of here, right? Maybe the mitigation of this small distribution, that was a play. And then you have these mitigation plays that's happening right here. And then honestly, after that, you have this 50% entry sitting right there. We missed the 80, but you have that, and you could potentially have smaller plays inside, but those were the main plays, I would say, for AUD so far. Okay, all right, so sorry about that, guys. AUD, right? That's what I'm looking for on AUD. Now, if this area ends up maintaining and going lower, then this will be a play. This will be an area that we could continue to play from. But honestly, if we do not maintain this little bearish moves here, I can just see us coming to the 50 or the 80 up here. This is where I'm really looking for the market to come into. This is just some lower time frame plays, just in case we want to see some more bearish moves to the downside before we get that reversal that gets us back into this main area. Okay. And moving on to UCAD. And UCAD, I'm just going to talk about it on higher time frame. UCAD is a bullish market. Structure is bullish. Order flow is bullish. So right now we are trading into an important area over here. As you guys can see, I have the point of interest marked out. Now, honestly, at first the price action was clean. We have a potential accumulation right here. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure that's the accumulation that's going to take us to where I want to see us go. Right, I'm pretty sure we could potentially go lower, and that's what it's looking like we might do. Especially seeing something like this, right? I could just draw out a little. What we have here, redistro. Market trades into the 80% right here. We can see we have a schematic, distribution schematic that formed on UCAD. Right, we have this manipulation towards the upside there. Have a change of character right here. We invalidated all of this. Clean redistribution. All right, so this could be a potential play that you could possibly get yourself into, is maybe just getting yourself into this potential short sitting up here to get us back down a little bit lower. That, I mean, honestly, we could go really down here. So it's just a small point of interest within this huge area. As long as we maintain this huge area, I'm still looking for buys. So like I said, we could still potentially come into this right here, okay, which was the origin of this whole thing. So that is something you could potentially look for on UCAD. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to NCD USD. We are bearish. Okay, order flow is bearish. You guys can see I don't really have to say too much. We have our slingshot sitting right here. The market came back into our slingshot. Unfortunately, this was during news. News really gave us the tap of the 80, and after that we've just been selling down, and pretty much after that it's just been playing price action. If you could play this price action now, honestly, like I have this area marked out. I was potentially looking for maybe smaller, scalp shorts in here if the market presented it. And I mean, we really didn't get what I wanted here. The market really came up here. We didn't get any manipulation or any candle for me to play off of that would give me enough confidence to take an entry. So honestly, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm just going to be waiting for maybe if the market does not want to come back into this, because this is mainly going to be our huge manipulation. If the market does not give us that reversal to get back higher, and then we get that distro, right? That's going to be the main play to look for. If we don't get something like that, then I'm just going to be playing the redistributions down, right? We just play that redistributions down. If the market is just going to continue giving us that, then we're just going to play it down until we see the market give us that reversal to get back into here to get that main short. But like I said before, the market could just redistribute itself down. If it does, we're just going to play it down. Okay, we're just going to continue playing it down. All right. UJ, what do we see on UJ? So on UJ, we have a distro sitting up here, and the market has went lower. We came lower from that distribution. We can see we have a little bit of order flow going to the downside. We invalidate that order flow right here with that change of character. So what now? Well, what now is, I mean, you can see it after we made that change of character, we came back into the slingshot here. We had a distro that drove us back into the slingshot, accumulated, reaccumulated, reaccumulated again. So technically this was my slingshot here that invalidated this distro. All right, and as you can see on lower time frame, I had this area marked out. I had a limit order sitting here. I had actually one of my friends, in the Discord that told me he was taking this trade. Now me, I was a little bit hesitant of taking that trade because I wanted to see us actually come into this area. But, this was a clean accumulation. So I understand why the risk was taken there. I was actually looking at it. I had it marked up. By the time I looked at it, I was thinking of taking a position at the 80% instead, but we never came down or anything. We just traded to 50, and then we went higher from there. So, I mean, if the market, which it looks like is going to do, we just break this high, then really I have no need to look for anything here anymore since we accumulated right there. I'll just be, once we break that high, I'll just be waiting to take a entry out of that accumulation to go higher. And just the target for now, safest target would just be here at this distro. Okay. Pretty simple on UJ. I'm expecting more, and I'm expecting higher prices towards the upside, at least to get us back into that distribution. All right. CAD J, I am expecting shorts, right? I didn't really have to say anything yet, but you know, structure right now, right? Structure is bearish for me until we break this high, and this is a pretty clean distro, right? We can see the market has traded into the point of interest already, but me in the Discord, we already knew that potentially the market could come higher into the 50 and the 80. Okay, so we've already talked about that. We already talked about that and saying that the market could go that high. So we're not upset that we did not, you know, sell from this distro. So all we're seeing here is just order flow, bullish order flow. So what I'm expecting is I'm really just want to see that distro form here. Okay, if we get a distro here, I'm taking it until we break this high. All right, I'm just gonna be looking for more shorts up here into that premium zone on CAD J. Pretty simple. I don't have much more to say about CAD J, honestly. Okay, so EG is a pretty interesting one because we have technically bearish order flow from this high all the way to this low, right? So going off that bearish sentiment and that bearish order flow, I've been trying to sell EG, and as we can see, we have kind of an ugly schematic. We have an ugly distro sitting right there that ended up breaking this low, gave me some confluence. After that, we have a distribution. As you guys can see, let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit more. We have a distribution here, right? Redistro, okay? Market goes lower, boom. So what does that mean? Mainly, this is going to be our manipulation, okay? So if the market wants to trade higher, it can. But from what I've been seeing, we have accumulation that's getting us back into here. Distro, accumulation, getting us back. We're seeing this clean bullish market cycle. So this distro right here was something I was looking for this morning. I actually had an entry right here at the 80. That entry is gone now since the market wanted to stall out. You know, I just took what it gave. I just took something. I just took what it gave here because we're just stalling out, and I don't like to see us just stall out like that. So I'm just gonna be sitting and waiting on EG. I am looking for shorts as long as we maintain this area here. As long as we maintain that, I am still looking for shorts on EG. This was a pretty clean distro. We could potentially still go lower from here, and if we do, right, that'd be nice. If we do go lower from here, I'll look for more positions to get into, possibly off the mitigation of something to continue us lower. Okay. All right, now CAD CHF is an interesting one. First off, I want to say before I start talking about CAD CHF, we are bearish. Okay, CAD CHF is bearish. Order flow sitting all the way up here. We have redistributions going lower. It's a bearish market. Okay, so let's get that out the way. Basically, where we're at right now, we can see clean price action. We see clean market cycle, and I talked to the Discord about this. We had a live call and we talked about this. We have what? We have accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution. That is a bullish market cycle. All right, after that, market goes down, we redistribute and we accumulate again. Accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting us to go lower, accumulate, reaccumulate, distribute. I want us to distribute here. I want us to come in here and distribute because this is the premium pricing. Now, I would love to sell the market, right? But I don't want to sell it at this discounted pricing, I want to sell it at premium pricing. So if the market, let's say if we continue this bullish price action, let's say we continue this bullish market cycle sitting down here, I would love to get myself into opportunity here, potentially just hedge myself into this bullish market cycle to short it over here at this premium pricing. Okay, that'll be pretty much it on CAD CHF. That's what I'm looking for. Now, once we break this low, that buy is gone. If we break this low here, then I'm not looking for any type of hedging. Okay, I'm just gonna look for shorts, because that means we just invalidated the bullish market cycle, and that'll tell me that we're looking back for sellers to just take over again. So last but not least, ACAD. Bearish order flow towards the downside. You can see this market's just walking itself down. Now, honestly, I'm kind of upset with ACAD this morning. I had some entries I was looking for on ACAD, did not get them, right? So we have this huge manipulation. That's going to be the main manipulation I'm going to be looking for some type of entries in, okay? If the market wants to get itself back up here to the 50% or the 80, premium pricing basically, like always. Okay, so what I say, we've been walking ourselves down, right? We've just been walking ourselves down, as you can see. Cool, right? So I was trying to play that, right? And I will go ahead and zoom in and show you guys what I was trying to play on ACAD. It's pretty similar to the AU that I was showing, very similar. So as you guys can see, what do we have here? We have distribution, we have an overall distro, we have a smaller distribution, we have a redistribution. Okay, so honestly, I had entries set right here, 50%. Market didn't get there. We ended up redistributing again. Had entries sitting up here, 50%. Market didn't get there. We just kind of just sold down. So since we did continue this little bearish sentiment that we got going on, I'm gonna be looking for more entries, right? I'm still gonna be looking for an entry here. So let me go ahead and mark this area out. I'm still going to be looking for something there. This is going to be my next point, to look for something if the market wants to continue lower. Okay, so that is basically it for this market analysis, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, anything that you want to point out, you have any charts that you want me to look at, please let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.